good music fade, that, by the way. Very good, DJ. Very good. Very good. Very good. Thanks to the amazing tech team that have made this look very professional. Thank you, guys. Oh, look at that. Look at that. You see how enthusiastically everyone's clapping after the 50th time. Very shortly. Just a very quick one before we get our first guest up, and before I say thank you to everybody. It's very hot, so if you need to take a 2-minute break outside, please do, okay? If you need some water, please let somebody know and we'll get that for you. There is also a lovely bar in the corner as well that's very well stocked. So do indulge at any point over the evening. Don't feel like you have to be rooted to your seat, okay? Just make sure that everybody's as comfortable as they can be. And that's it, okay? Andy Brooks, how are you?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm good. That's all fine tonight.
Yeah, it is. Welcome everybody to the 2026 9WERKS Awards. We are so chuffed to have you here. We are here at Porsche Centre Bournemouth, and with that in mind, we'd love to invite up John Sullivan, Dealer Principal from Porsche Bournemouth. I'll give you... Yeah, you take that one if that's okay.
Go that one?
Yeah. Grab
Okay.
that if you like.
Hello, good evening.
You grab there you go. You take that one.
I'll go with this one.
I'll take that. There we go.
There we go.
Thank you so much for having us in your lovely Porsche Centre on the 5th anniversary of the centre as well.
Oh, absolute pleasure. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much for allowing us to be the host for the 2026 9WERKS Awards evening. Lovely, I nearly said summer there. Lovely spring evening. I do apologise for the aircon. We have tried to remedy that situation. Unfortunately, I don't think I'll get an engineer out in time to save that. So as Lee says, use the bar, drinks, fresh, keep yourself hydrated. We've opened the doors, so apologies on that. It isn't a deliberate tactic or ploy, I promise you. It's not been done with anything like that. We're feeling it as well, so no, I do apologise, and as we know, heat rises as well, so there we go. But no, I'll say no more than just really great to see such a, bringing, we were talking earlier, weren't we, this morning about how bringing different parts of the Porsche family together, sort of like the different, all different aspects that we interact with Porsche. It's our passion, it's our hobby, it's what we do, all those sort of things. So no, just thank you very much for attending tonight. Very much appreciated, and I hope you have a lovely night, and good luck if you're in for an award as well.
Yeah. Top man, thank you, Jonathan. It's so lovely that you're so open to us all coming to your Porsche dealership. So thank you.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you. Amazing. Andy Brooks, we have got not one but two very special guests. You're thinking, who are they?
Yeah, I am.
Yeah. It's our lovely wives.
Oh, absolutely.
So we need to say thank you to Sarah and Laura for
thank
everything,
you.
for putting up with us, okay? So there we go. And yeah. Nothing could go wrong now, to be honest with you, so that's really good. We would like to say thanks to our sponsors. There are people in this room, well, everyone in this room is helping us put this event on in some way or other today, with particular reference to these great guys and girls on these amazing businesses, okay? So a big shout out to Charade UK, to Road Trip Tribes, to Sussex Asset Finance, to our media team, Fletcher and Harvey, to the guys at Promoter, to Built by Basil, Elliott Brown Watches, and KMS Litho. Mark at KMS was due to be here, but it's actually having an operation today. What are the odds on the day? Yeah. So, Mark, we know you'll be watching at home, so wishing you well for a great recovery, mate. We'll speak to these guys and girls a little bit later on. In the meantime, I said we've got two special guests, but we've actually got an incredible guest of honour who's flown out to join us here for this very special evening. So please do a very, very, very big round of applause for a Porsche legend. It's Grant Larson.
Thank you. I did not expect a musical sort of intro, but that's
it's very good. They really are very good. They're making us look fantastic.
And then this showed up just beforehand.
That's for YouTube, that one. If you wouldn't mind clipping that on, would you like me to do that? Oh, if you take that.
I'll take that.
Well played.
To meet you.
So this is being recorded and sold.
Yes,
I
exactly.
get 20%.
Absolutely, yeah. We'll talk about it later.
So, well, great. Well, thank you very much for having me. It's really nice to be here. Nice to be in England where I can speak English, my form of English. And I'm just very thankful for the invitation. And one thing as a designer, you're real happy to, it's a lot of fun to design your projects, but even more so to present them and talk about them, or especially like answer questions, as long as they're not too difficult. And I had one little fearful moment. I knew that we were eating beforehand. One thing was that I would spill on my white shirt and be standing up here with food on it, but that did not happen. So the first hurdle is over. So yeah, check your own too. So yeah, I think that's my little mini intro. So I'll start talking about myself.
Absolutely.
You staying up here the whole time?
No, the stage is very much yours.
I mean, you
but,
can if you want.
No, I'll get this stool up and pop it down. As we spoke about off mic, if anybody's got any questions at any point, just raise a hand and we'll run around and pop the mic out. Grant's had such a brilliant, outstanding career at Porsche. Yeah, I guess.
It hasn't stopped.
It's not stopped. It's not stopped. But 36 years. And you may see in the back of the room, so we've got Paul and Deb. I've bought that lovely Seal Grey Society 986 Boxster down from Oxford. John has battled through the traffic from Exeter in the 997, and James has come down from God's country in Essex in the Sport Classic as well. So all roving examples of Grant's work, but obviously, yeah, it goes way beyond that. So without further ado, we'll let you go. Thank you.
Thank you very much. So anytime, what's this thing doing here? Now let's get this out of the way in case I trip over it. But anytime I give a presentation like Lee just said, is feel free to answer. It's such a small group. Answer. I almost feel like I don't need the mic. But if there's any questions, just fire them out. It doesn't matter. So anytime I give a presentation, I talk a little bit about who I am, like who is this guy. And one of the things is I wasn't sure about the type size when I did the presentation, but it's a little bit far away. Anyway, I was born in Billings, Montana a long time ago and grew up in Wisconsin because those are the typical questions. I'm not German, and studied industrial design in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. And normally when you give this presentation to the Porsche Club of America, which happens a lot, they go, oh, I'm from Milwaukee and I'm from Montana, stuff like that. But over here, it's like, where's Billings and where's Milwaukee? It doesn't really matter. So, and then I studied a second time in Pasadena, California at the Art Center College. And that's what kind of was the jump into like the international. I always wanted to work in Germany anyway, and that was my sort of springboard to that. So before I came to Porsche, I graduated in '86, and I thought, I had a job interview with Tony Lepine from Porsche, and it was really interesting because I thought, well, Porsche, I had an 8th semester project with them. It was a lot of fun, but Porsche was a company where there wasn't a lot going on. So I went to Audi, because Audi at that time was, well, they had flush glass and advanced aerodynamics and all this Ferdinand-Piëch stuff. So I went there for 3 years to try out the German thing. It was really nice. So I left Munich to come to Porsche when there was a lot of management changes, a new chief designer, which was Harm Lagai, and Tony Lepine had retired, and we started a new era at Porsche. We thought we started it. It took 3 or 4 years of rough waters to get there, but it was really interesting to be there at the beginning. Anyway, so I retired, that's in quotation marks, in December of 25, but prior to that, I just sort of opened my own company, which is nothing more than just a tax number in the office in Stuttgart somewhere for like freelance stuff. That's another story. We'll talk about that in 5 years. So yeah, I have a bunch of, I'm a big 356 fan, a couple of VW, like an old bus and Carmen Ghia, and Myers Manx with a Porsche 356 motor in it, and 4 of those Boxsters, and 1 of those, a 997, since about a year. So so much for that. That little note on the lower right tells me that per slide I have 17 seconds per image. So I already blew that. So this is like a little overview of the projects I did, starting with the, I'll get back to this later, that's not really the first car, but the Boxster show car, which led to the 986, the turbo, which I rode in today, and Carrera GT, and then after a couple of the show car, Carrera GT, Tony Hatter, who you might have met, he was the one responsible for getting into production because the show car was, yeah, it was a show car. And then one of my favorite projects was a 997. And then I got into derivatives like the Speedster, the Targa. We had this advanced roof system, development program. And out of that program, the Targa came out, the Speedster, as well as, let's see what else, various derivatives that sort of really, really supported the brand. And then one of the very first the exclusive department was the Sport Classic, the predecessor to that one, and the Turbo S exclusive series, etc. And then things got a little bit more exciting with the oddball projects because I was the kind of person who liked this historic stuff. So a boss came along and said, "I'll let Grant do that stuff. He likes that old junk." So I worked on the 991 Speedster, the show cars, and the heritage version together with other people. I have to point out at this point in time, I wasn't the only person involved with these projects. There's always a team, and I don't do any interiors. There's always a team, and when so the interior of some of the race cars, Torsten Klein, I think some of you might know him, he jumped in and did that, some of the graphics and things, so it's always been sort of a teamwork. So I'm standing up here by myself talking about all the other people who worked on the projects with me. Give them a lot of respect. So I was always a big fan of motorsport cars, and in previous management situations, I always grabbed them in certain moments in time, whether it's Hartmut Christen or Frank Walliser, and said that I think there's a lot of potential for design in some of our race cars, because the way some of the race cars were designed were like they'd have a car at the track, have a rough set of data, and they need more holes there. They just cut it out with like a Sawzall or some tool, and then say, okay, that's it, good enough for a race car. But the race cars for a designer were always mentors for us, whether it's a 718 RSK, one of my favorite Porsches, a 917, 908, 90803. They're always our mentor cars. So why not help design the race cars? So I got involved with that, and that just blew up into a whole new category and kept me really busy for a while. And then these one cars, every now and then we have an oddball car. One year one was this Le Mans Living Legend. It was actually an idea for 7 years Porsche to do a B8, it's a Boxster 8-cylinder Cayman-based car with a visible engine. Too expensive, so we didn't do it. And the little Berg Spider, that was a fun project with zero money, but with a lot of motivation. I got money to make a real car out of it, and then which eventually got parked in the museum, and the museum pulled it back out again and allowed me to drive up and down this Geisbergrennen, it's called, near Salzburg, the historical track, and having the absolute time of my life, following a camera car, thinking I'm getting paid for this. Anyway, the car's back in the museum. It's one of the inspirational cars for me, is that how much, what you can do with the car if you take things away from it, this whole lightweight thing. Yeah, and a couple of highlight projects for me with the Club Sport, the 935, as well as, it's probably the next page, the GT3R Rennsport, which were both introduced at the Rennsport Reunion, the coolest event in the world, 2018 and 2023, and a couple of other quick projects in between where designer has full freedom. There's the GT3R Rennsport with one of the biggest spoilers I think that we've ever done. The Sonderwunsch one-off Speedster, we'll get into that in a second. And the blurry picture on the right is actually a car I worked on for a client, the Sonderwunsch one-off, and that's coming out, be introduced in Monterey in, this year, August. So enough of that old stuff. Because it's 30 years of the Boxster, I'm going to fly through this presentation of where it came from. And believe it or not, of course, you look back in Porsche's history, the very first car was a mid-engine car with the famous name number 1. Looking forward to the 550, they're always inspiration for if Porsche was ever going to do a mid-engine car, you always look back in your history, because that's your grandfather, so to speak. And one of my favorites is 718 RSK. I have to say that some of these images, I have close contacts with the archives, so any images you have, I'm hoping you haven't seen. Don't Google and find these. I kind of like digging in the archives, also kind of my personal archives, to show something that you'd never seen before. It's also not a polished presentation, typical Porsche AG. It's more of a personal thing, as if we're like talking like one-on-one. This is one of my favorite cars called the Grandmother. Also had this 8-cylinder, mid-engine 8-cylinder flat 8. And of course, this was a picture I took at the old-timer Grand Prix in Nürburgring in the early 90s. And just this car, the proportions and everything was and you can tell because of the guy's shorts that it was early 90s kind of a thing. I had some like that too, from a company called Ocean Pacific. And I just love this car. So of course we have another mid-engine car in the past. This was not so much an inspiration. They were great cars, 914s, especially with the 6-cylinder. But you have to remember that we did several mid-engine cars, and it was time for us to come out with another one. So what is this leading up to? The first project I started, somebody asked me, what's the first project you did when you started Porsche? It was a 989. It was a 4-door front-engine car, like I was doing an Audi before that. So I go to Porsche, and that's what we started working on until 1991. When, and that's the final model that was presented. I did not design it, it was designed by another designer called Matthias Kula. I only influenced the front. They took my front off of that car. They eventually, nothing happened to it, but now here's where we get into the personal archives. We didn't have a company photographer at the time, but we had a Polaroid camera that was under lock and key, so you had to go beg the secretary to borrow the Polaroid, hopefully that had film, and I took pictures of my project. So basically what this is, it's a rear mid-engine. It's called 996, Project 996, based on a lot of components from the 989, which had a front-engine V8. So imagine the 911 idea in 1990, at that time, was a rear mid-engine. It's like a V8 over the rear axle, as a successor to the 993. So this is before the 993 even came out. So nothing much really happened to that, but there was a lot of sketches and things that led up to that. Then we did this project, sort of like lightweight roadster kind of a project with the advanced engineering people. And then one project after another being canceled and then restarting. You start to almost kind of lose hope a little bit. And sales were dropping. These are official numbers from Porsche that it was reported that we sold in the fiscal year of 1992 and 1993, 14,000 cars. And I was, that's 3 or 4 years after I'd been there. I'm thinking, can somebody buy us so we can, like with this Mercedes or VW, anyone, so we can have some development, so we can do some new Porsches. But through the cleverness of Wendelin Wiedeking at the time, the CEO, that did not happen. One thing you can keep in mind is that we report 14,000 cars, but if you look back in the history books, in that year, 1992 and 1993, Porsche produced around 2,500 Mercedes 500Es, because they were, as well as Audi, were helping us out, keeping keeping the lights on. So realistically, we made 11,000 cars. that year. One of them being the 928 with 730 units, making it one of the most rare 920. And just think of this myself, one of the most rare unlimited edition models. This is one third of a typical, like a sport classic. We made what, 1250? I forget. Some of the limited editions around 2,000. It wasn't even limited, and we only could sell 730 of them. This was normal life for us back then. But things got better. Right now in 2020, a couple of years ago, we're up to 320,000. Still not that many compared to Mercedes, VW, Audi. Still a very low number of cars. Anyway, so then a new flame, new ideas. Sharing 996 with the Boxster was an idea from Horst Marchart. He was the development chief at the time. So we started working on this idea of not only doing a Boxster and a mid-engine car. There was no name of a Boxster. Mid-engine car together with the 911, identical, nearly identical technically from the B-pillar forward. B-pillar meaning where the rear window meets the front window, internal design language. So did a few sketches on that, and we thought, well, let's do. It was like 1992, but we don't want to wait until a car for 1997 or 98. So let's do a show car. So they put me off in a corner, and I was working on these ideas in show car, not quite by myself. The middle sketch, the red ones from Steve Merkett, another British designer of ours at the time, and that turned into eventually the show car that you know as which basically turned the company around. These are these full-size drawings we did at the time. It was like 3.5, 4 meters long. We don't do this anymore because everything is projected on a big wall. And kind of lost art, a lot of sculpture happening with the clay models. One thing you can notice in the background, there's some 996s happening from other designers. While I was working on this car, other designers were working on 996s. Yeah, an extremely manual process with tools that made everything take extremely long, making XY coordinates in space. You think, could it go any slower than this? But it couldn't. So once again, 996s and other roadsters in the background. And a brilliant designer who did the interior. I don't want to take credit for the show car because the interior played the other half of the role. Very talented German designer named Stefan Stark. And they're sculpting seats out of clay. There's a lot of innovations in the car that we had wished we would have gotten to production, but you can't do everything. That's where the Boxster Red comes from. It was the color, I think, was just called plain Boxster Red, for lack of a better name. But most of the roadsters in the 50s that were our inspiration had always silver and always red seats, sometimes beige. Yeah, okay, and then more of that. You can see Tony's 993 here happening on the upper left. And we got to a phase of the project that is the company lumberjack. He drove around in a tractor and always had a chainsaw with him. And luckily he was emotionally stable, spending most of the time doing tree work. And we had this idea, we had spent so much time manually sculpting the rear end of this car, but it was too short. As the production Boxster was taking place, there was some package issues, and we had put so much time into that one little area where the license plate is. We had him come and cut it off. We slid it back a couple 100 millimeters, I don't remember how much, and then clayed it all back in again just to save time. These days it's a digital thing. You stretch it and you do it overnight and it's done. But we had the lumberjack solution here. Yeah, as you can see, that's where we're dealing with the production car. Nothing fit. We had 13-inch wheels, an exhaust pot. I don't even know what you call that thing. Nothing fit. No movable spoiler, so a high rear end. So it was basically a rocky road. So what happened is basically We had a lot to share with the 996. You can see from the front, we had to fit 2 big suitcases in there. The Boxster had space in the back, the 996 did not. So therefore we had to make kind of like a geometrically a 996 on the front of our small, lightweight mid-engine roadster. So a bit of a challenge. Yeah, and you can see here that the fried egg headlamps, I don't want to get too much into that, right, Lee? We think we covered that. Where are you? Well, fried eggs. Is it fried egg time yet? So we're almost done with that. We just started and we're almost done. So a lot of the 996 and Boxsters did not have that. We put it on the show car just as a innovation, not thinking that anything was going to happen, but some other engineers thought that, we can make a patent out of this, and with their patent, someone's going to make a lot of money with it, like him himself. But we weren't really sure about this being recorded, right? So I have to be careful what I'm saying. So that's my model on the upper left, having a little bit of, after the show car was done, having a little bit of influences, but that changed as soon as we produced the car. This is an interesting photo from the company photographer with the board of directors. The guy in the middle, and Thilo Brodbeck. He was the guy responsible for the ducktail spoiler of the 73 RS. And then Wendelin Wiedeking, I think, standing next to Arno Bohn, who was at that time, he was probably telling him his days are numbered, because shortly after this, he had left the company and Wiedeking took over. It's interesting to see what kind of comparison cars we had in the background. There was no 993 at that time. So we pulled out a 964 Cabriolet. Roland Heiler, one of the younger designers, his 356, Honda NSX. I think that's a Toyota MR2 and a Nissan 300ZX, and behind that is a Mazda Miata. So we always have these reference cars. They're brand new cars at the time. Anyway, so then we decorated up for the racing department, just for fun, to see if they were interested in, I still want to build this car, by the way. And then we cast off the model, and with a real innovative process, we had all these interesting people in the same workshops that the 956 and 962 and all our races, same people as well. The guy on the right, you can see him as a younger guy in some of the racing photos from when Porsche continually won Le Mans. And we had one of the racing department's chassis engineers who did a complete tube frame chassis. We even had it in the show. This is the show car. We even had a 962 motor in there briefly, just for fun. But the car never ran. So I had longer hair back then. Yeah, then we finished that car, and then we're basically off and running. Here I'm making up time because 17 seconds I used that up before. And then because I had zero engine, we took it out to the test track in Weissach and found a hill, pushed it down the hill with me pretending to drive it, and the car was all over the place. I think there's something wrong with it, and one of the wheels was falling off. So I pushed it back up the hill, tightened the wheel up, and I thought, geez, a brand new show car, and just barely induced it had to go to Geneva after this, and I thought I was going to crash it, but luckily nothing happened. So let's see what happened after that. Yeah, the nice little group photo. Once again, a lot of people from the racing department. Then we showed it in Detroit, and overnight, the opinion, the mindset, the hope of Porsche had changed. They thought, oh great, Porsche's back. Prior to that, you could feel it. It's like, what are you doing? At Porsche, what does a designer do at Porsche? When this car came out, then things changed, like I said, overnight. Yeah, but it wasn't that easy. We were doing the production car at the same time after that, and the faces in the background were looking at the spoiler because we thought we'd like to have a nicer spoiler than that, or maybe none at all, but it needed downforce, so it was a safety issue. And then this is a funny photo. The boss was unsure about the tail lamp shape. The fried egg was sort of nailed, but every designer that walked by, they said, okay, right away, on the spot, do a tail lamp for us. So it's Steve Merkert on the upper left, and then Tony Hatter, Stefan Stark, the interior designer, Matthias Kula, and on the right, the 928 designer, Wolfgang Möbius. So everyone had their hands on that. And I eventually had to take all the ideas and put them together. Anyway, so getting close to the finish, we had to take over the bumper from the 996. which was not very nice. In the very last minute, we were able to change that into, now that's the facelift over there, into the one that showed up. Still had the 13-inch wheels. Eventually got through it all and came out with an okay car. So, and the sales were quite good. It was very innovative. It looked like a little funny spaceship when you saw them on the road. And then they started blending into the traffic a little bit, and now you hardly see them at all. And when you do see them, they stand out a lot again, because they were on the market for a while, then it kind of drifted off. Some have crashed, some are wherever they are, or just don't run anymore. And now when you see them on the road, it's real pleasant. Anyway, so something else. We, parallel to doing a Boxster, we also did this car called the Boxster Coupe. And using the, how do you say, without changing the rear end, or the rear deck lid, the rear trunk lid, boot lid, there we go. We tried to make the best out of an enclosed version, so in case somebody wanted a hardtop. But the problem is that it had to end, so we carried over the rear boot lid, and it wasn't quite attractive enough. We did not have the capacity to build it, and it eventually was put on hold until the Cayman showed up a couple of years later. Anyway, so I was also asked by Lee, where is he again? I can't see him anywhere. Getting water again. He asked me to shine a little bit of light on the subject of Sonderwunsch. That's a German word for special wish. That's been around since the 80s. In case you see cars out there that like, oh, where'd that color come from? Or what's this, what's that? One of this 993 Speedster that we came up with recently with a special customer. But to explain Sonderwunsch in one sentence, it's special ideas or wishes or configurations that are outside or over and above the Porsche, the configurator that you can just log into on your computer or laptop. So it starts small with this so-called very special configuration with special materials, stitching, consultancy. Well, first of all, getting a slot. That's the first thing. Is getting a slot for that is a challenge in itself. Usually the Porsche dealerships should help you out there. That they're all well informed. Sometimes they come to us and they say, "Well, we don't know what this is all about. How do I get a slot?" I will talk to your dealership. They say, "I did that already." So this is a couple of years ago. Meanwhile, everyone's well versed. But also under the subject of Sonderwunsch is the very special configurations like special paint, paint to sample plus. What's paint to sample plus? It's a paint that doesn't exist, that you match. Sometimes it's based on an existing color, but you don't like it 100%, and you do something to it. For example, the Jackie X edition, we did 70 cars for the Belgian market, painted the same color as Jackie X's helmet with white accents. That was paint to sample plus. So you take an existing color and you modify it. It's a very special, and it could also eventually be added into the paint to sample collection, which is, I should know the number of that, but I forgot. It's a huge number. But also in the, under the umbrella of Sonderwunsch is a factory restorations that's been going on forever, from 356s all the way to 918s. And the other thing called recommission. Recommission is the car that's you purchased already, it's in your ownership, maybe it's licensed and been driven, and you bring it back and you have whatever you want done to it. And then on the very tip of the iceberg of the Sonderwunsch thing is the one-off, which is a car such as this one. This is the very first one-off that we did from a designer, Italian designer named Luca Trazzi. It was his wish that Porsche built a 993 Speedster. The reason is he has all of the Speedsters that Porsche ever made, except for a 993, and he knew that there were two others out there. One from 2.5, one from Buzzi Porsche, FA Porsche, one from Jerry Seinfeld, and the other one from 2018, 2019, that's in Taiwan, so that's why I call it 2.5. One was done a little bit later. Official Porsche 993 Speedsters. That's what he wanted, but to his own design. So being a designer, everything took a lot longer. It was all about the experience, and the experience was the longer it takes, the more fun it is. So the cost went up too. But it's kind of like my 356 project that I didn't talk about. I talked to a couple of you about that. I don't care when it's done, as long as something's happening, it's there. It doesn't have to be finished. While I'm working on it and not finished, that's the enjoyment. That's the enjoyment of it. So what makes Sonderwunsch so special? Anyone can go. There's a lot of 993 Speedsters out there, made by companies, maybe hobbyists or whatever. So when you come to Porsche with the idea, it makes it sort of special. It's all about this experience. So these Sonderwunsch one-off customers, they go everywhere in the company. They go to the special, it's not only a museum, there's a workshop in the back of the museum. You can go there. You go to the Kallenberg was a Porsche storage facility with Porsche owns about 700 cars, like 450 or 500 of them are there in that facility. Normally the public's not allowed. There's a historical race car workshop in Vlacht, which is right next to Weissach, where the racing department is. They go there. So these people, they just go everywhere in the company. They get their own badge that gets them in the doors on that day, and then it's taken away from them as soon as they're gone. But when they come back, they use their badge just like every Porsche worker does, and it gets them through all these different doors. So they're the boss of the project. And so we pulled out Butzi Porsches. That's the very first 993 Speedster that we built. We pulled that out, and we scanned all of the cars, 964 Speedsters, Cabriolets, Turbos, even Boxster Spiders. We even used the 991 Speedster as an influence. So only Porsche is able to do that, is to pull all these resources together, and especially Butzi Porsches, the family member's car, to measure it and scan it and analyze it. And they had, this is a COVID time, obviously, the same equipment, the same people, the same engineers, as if they're doing a production car. So when it's said and done, it's that car that was eventually used for this, which is 993 Cabriolet, becomes a Porsche product, bless you, and has a place in the Porsche books. And that's what makes it extra cool. And then what we also did, we are in Work 1, Werk 1, which is closed right now due to renovation. We were there and we're doing all kinds of, we had a workshop, and he defined how he would like to have the car in the morning. And we had offline a digital modeler in Blender. We were talking about that program Blender, 3D digital program, building the car. And we came back from lunch. The guy worked through lunch. We came back from lunch, and he had the car, the customer's idea, sort of roughed in as a 3D model. So that was pretty cool. I was even impressed. So yeah, more cutting around in foam pieces and things like that with Butzi Porsche's car. And we even scanned Luca in the donor car to find out how much space his head. He was a fairly tall guy with a lot of white hair, and we wanted him to fit in the car. So we scanned him in the car. And we even built a little transparent scale model of himself that we gave to him later. We scanned his whole body, and he got a little statue of himself. One of those little prizes. Yeah, and then details some of the ideas that didn't work. The headlamp was basically a Macan unit. That was a challenge to, how do you say, splice into a 993, but we got that to work. Yeah, more working stuff. And then workshop after another, and then we had some prototype parts, and he came and made some modifications. It was really fantastic. You get to know a person really well after that, so we're good friends forever. And then working very closely with his ideas. He wanted this checkerboard thing going through the middle of the car. Thankfully for me, as the 997 designer, he wanted the rear louvers, not like the old 993, but like the 997. So we included that. And the color was, you could have picked any yellow, but from all the 4 to 6 to 8 yellows that Porsche ever did, none of them were correct. So the one he chose was, that's a long story how that happened, but he named it after his dog. His dog's name is Otto, O-T-T-O, and so the car is called Otto Yellow. And I think it's now part of the PTS program. You can also order auto yellow in the next years if you wish, if you like that yellow. They also actively get involved. We had one guy as Paolo Barilla from Barilla Pasta family who mounted, this is a different project from his GT3, he mounted the engine to the transmission himself in Zuffenhausen, put gloves and safety glasses on him, and he did that. Luca got to paint an uncritical part of his car in the trunk because he was fearful of messing it up. So it's always kind of neat that the customers actively get involved with their cars. Yeah, all in all, a very fun project, and it was basically finished 1.5 years later. It was supposed to be for his 60th birthday in 2022, and it was shown, I think, a year and a half later in Monterey. So going back to that, and I think it's still at Porsche, having small stuff done to it. So going back to what I said before, the longer the project takes, the more fun it is. It's all about the experience, and that's what he's doing. So I'm looking forward to the next two. I think are coming out this year. They're not speedsters. Again, there are other derivatives. Wait, one is a speedster, but more you don't know. And but other derivatives, and it just keeps going on. The list is really long, and yeah, if you feel like you're up for something like that, get on the list. Wait a couple of years, and you should get a call and save your money. They're not cheap, but they're special. So that last slide says thank you. So I'm finished. There's no questions in between, so that was kind of good, but you can ask questions now if you want, or I can go sit down and have a drink of water.
Grant, you spoke about the early days using
I want to stand here.
using the clay models. How would you compare that form of design to the modern version now with digital CAD?
Faster.
Was it more enjoyable?
Oh, thank you very much. That's very kind of you.
Top man.
Is it what?
Was it more enjoyable with the clay and the physical design?
I think for the clay modelers, it's a real talent. We use the clay modeling where it makes sense. Say, for example, a long, simple surface, or for mirroring it over to the other side, or you do a set of data in the afternoon and you mill it overnight, and you show up the next day, and it's all you have to do is sweep up the crumbs off the floor, and it's all done. So that makes life simple for the modelers in that case, but if it could take away from some of the creative sculpture of it.
Yeah, that was my point. The emotional input for design. Was it better with the clay model or the digital clinical side of it?
Yeah. Have you noticed that in some of the recent designs? No, I think the form language is a little bit less bionic, or whatever you call it. And it might appear that. I know there's some companies, no names, but they use a lot more digital, and all the digital modeler does is like the digital modeling takes place on the computer, and then the milling of it in clay is just a visualization of it. But we do that a little bit, but we always go back in the critical areas. You always work over by hand, and then it's rescanned, it goes back to the computer. You always have to communicate with the engineering. So, or to mirror it over. It's a real time saver. It shouldn't have a negative effect on the design at all.
Thank you.
Sure. It looks like that's it. Any questions that I learned something just a week ago, and it's really interesting. This guy was giving a presentation, a bunch of tourists, friends of mine from the States, and he said that if you don't know the answer, you say it's a secret, and it works. It works. So, because otherwise you go, well, I don't know what the answer is. You know, you say it's a secret. You don't know. I hope I know your answer.
So, Grant, should I ask you a question for a friend?
Okay.
In terms of the fried egg headlights, sorry.
Here we go again.
Do you think they're finally coming of age?
I think it depends upon, that's an excellent question. It's not a secret. I think it's a generational thing. I think people like my age and older, or maybe from 50 or so, it's a different mindset. Our next Sonderwunsch car, not the one in Monterey, but one in between. Wait, I blew it already. Let's backtrack. So we had a customer. He wanted to have, he had a 996 Cabriolet and wanted to backdate the headlamps to the fried egg lamps. So 996 second generation. And I thought, ooh, well, that surprised me. What did you want to do that for? And he said that that was a new 911 that came out when he was a little boy. That for him was new. 993, all the glass, all the round stuff, that new plastic sculptural thing with all the different features in, that was for him the new 911. And I heard that from someone else too recently. Maybe that's Instagram. No, it's a customer that just earlier this week, he goes, I really like those. That to me was a new 911. Anything older than that was like vintage, like grandpa stuff. I go, oh, okay. Interesting mindset. So I think it's a generation, it's an age thing.
Nick?
Thank you. Could you talk us through the thinking behind the current Targa design, kind of over-engineered aspect, how it opens and all that?
Over-engineered?
Did you start out by wanting to make something as dramatic as possible, clearly cost implications? What's kind of thinking around that?
You mean the Targa as it is today with the bar and the kinematic entertainment stuff?
Yeah.
Well, that was also a good question because it was a project that I was very deeply involved with in this Fortentwicklung is called, the pre-advanced engineering development stuff. And when we first did that car, there were two different directions. Well, first of all, I didn't think I wanted to do that car at all because it was like the ducktail. Oh, here's something retro again, and the idea comes from someone else, not made here, kind of a thing. But then, because the Targa in its original form, to me, was not a smooth line. I always loved the coupe line of 911s, and all of them. And as soon as you make a cabriolet, or going back to the Targa from the 964 on backwards, it was all straight lines, very straight, very geometric. The bar was really high and had a real hard edge. I thought, how do you reinterpret that? So we established a real smooth line with enough headroom, and we said, well, this is the line that the engineers have to meet. And it's a perfect line, it's a beautiful line. Said, you meet that line, and we'll make a car out of it. And they did it. And there's two different directions, going back to your question, there's two different directions on that. One of them was it was a removable top, just like the old one, but in two pieces, split in the middle, kind of like Carrera GT and a 918 Spider before the Carrera GT just existed before the 918 Spider. So, but those parts are very thick because of the curvature of the roof. It wasn't a flat, like a F model roof, and there was no place to store those in the car. It was really tricky, and to nestle those together, it was just not very everyday use, what Porsche is known for. And then they had this idea, well, because these advanced engineering guys, they were really well versed and they're real proud of the kind of work that they could do, which was a lot of kinematics and electronics and things. They came up with the idea of the Targa as we know it, with all of the movable parts. And they showed how it was, and showed what it would be like. And I was thinking at the time, you have this rollover bar, and it's like cast in solid aluminum, brushed or not, and then you split that with a movable part, and you just sort of take away the whole function of it. It's like cutting through a roll bar, the functional structure. But then we had a presentation of A and B, the solid roll bar, and the two removable parts and all their problems, and then the electric one. And the electric one was a kinematic wonder. It was very impressive. And then, but that wasn't what impressed the marketing people. They said, at this price class, this is what people are going to expect from Porsche. Not to stop if it's raining or whatever, too much sun. Stop, pull over, put it up, take it out, use all your luggage space. So that won the marketing test. And also at the auto show in Detroit, 2014, contributed to dead batteries constantly, because people were always asking, open, close, open, close, open, close. So to me, what I learned is forget this whole design thing where you're cutting through some structure with a cut line, but that the kinematics, the movement, was part of the emotional aspect of the car, and that's how it stayed, and that's how it probably that's how it won out. Does that sort of answer it? So,
Yes, it does, and I'm glad.
it was a long story.
I'm glad you didn't say it's a secret at the beginning.
Well, it's already out, so I couldn't use that. Luckily for you and me, it was one of my projects. It went through all the issues that made it tricky.
Just sorry, last one with Andy, and then we'll crack on. If anyone's got any other questions, we'll save it for the end, okay? When we're downstairs in the call. Thank you.
Hi Grant, wanted to be a car designer when I was a kid, so it's fascinating. What was the car that inspired you to want to get into design? What was the poster car when you were a kid that you go, yeah, that aesthetic really makes me want to design cars?
It wasn't a car. It was because, well, I guess there was a certain point in time, I think I was 11, the formative age, that in America, and that was the time when some of the cars were okay. We were talking, mid-late 60s, a long time ago. Some people of you weren't born yet. That's okay. Make me feel older, but so all these cars were changing every year, and I thought that was like, who's doing this stuff? And they must have been panicking, because every year a brand new car, even if it's a facelift. So all these American cars are changing every year, and it was always this, go to the showrooms when they're introduced in the fall of whatever year, and that was fascinating to me. That my father dragged me there, or you just see them in magazines. But I think what changed my mindset as far as like cars was used to draw a lot, of course, and my own inventions, and read a lot of magazines. But the key toy car was the Mattel Hot Wheels when they first came out in 1967, 68. And nothing against Matchbox by Lesney, because we're in England, but those were really crappy wheels, and they didn't roll. They were awful. They looked okay, they were accurate. And then these Hot Wheels came out and it just changed the world. And with the mag wheels that look like Fuchs wheels, they did, with the red lines, and they roll, they were like super fast, and they were slightly modified with the Spectraflame paint jobs. Sounds like I'm doing a plug for Hot Wheels here. Probably get a package next week in the mail of free Hot Wheels. But I think it was like super inspiring for me as a kid at that time, and I would draw those cars. So it's like slightly modified versions of those cars. But then later on, poster-wise, I made a poster of the 1973, not in 1973, much later, a poster of the 1973 introduced turbo in Frankfurt. It was a silver car with white graphics. Gorgeous car. So a poster didn't exist of it, so I made my own. So that was a poster car for me. And Lamborghini Countach, the original one. It was blue, and it was an Alpine. This one was blue. I think it was an Alpine, the stereo equipment, Alpine poster. It was much better. The Lamborghini didn't do posters and things like that. So I think Lee's got a microphone standing there, like wanting to. Are we good?
Only if it's on. Is that on? Amazing. Cheers, guys. Ladies and gentlemen, please give the biggest round of applause. Grant, you are Porsche royalty, and it is such a privilege to have you here. So thank you so much.
My pleasure.
So good.
Oh,
Thank you, Grant. You're a star. I'll take that as well. Thank you. Thank you. That is incredible. You've done so well, especially with your jacket on as well. That is superb. Superb. Ladies and gentlemen, this is going to be counterintuitive, but I can see there's a lot of people are melting, so we're going to have a 5-minute break, okay? And it is going to be 5 minutes. So if you want to get some fresh air, please do. If you want a comfort break, please do. If you want to drink, go and do it. And we'll see you right back here in 5 minutes' time, okay? Thanks very much.
Cool.
Nice. Okay, I'll get some. What a tune that is, by the way. Certy banger. Certy banger. Right, ladies and gentlemen, we will press on with the 2026 9WERKS Awards here at Porsche Bournemouth. Again, quite laissez-faire. Do what you need this evening, okay? So yeah, fill your boots at the bar, take a look at the beautiful Elliott Brown timepieces at the back of the room, the lovely examples of Grant Larson's work at the back as well. Just do what you need, ensure everybody's comfortable, okay? We've got 9 categories today, because 9WERKS. I think I've said that before. And yeah, we're going to get the winners of each category up on stage, just have a very quick word, and press on, I think.
Absolutely, let's do it.
Yeah? I asked a racing driver, actually, at Laguna Seca, Rennsport Reunion. I think this was the 2018 edition, walking past, and I said, can I just have a quick word for Total 911 magazine? And he said, yes, velocity. And I thought that was an exceptional response. An exceptional response. But we will grab a quick word with our winners, if we so may. Is that okay?
Let's do it.
Yeah? Excellent.
Right.
Just mainly for the live stream, why are we doing this? Well, at 9WERKS, we just try to work with great people. And again, our experience in the industry now, 15 years really, we know who's good and we know who's great. And we just try to bring all of that together for the benefit of the enthusiast, which can be the customer, whether you're buying a car, servicing a car, going on road trips, meeting new people. We just try and bring all of that together. And the awards is the epitome of that, so it's very community-led. The voting is done over 2 stages, really to ensure this is not a popularity contest, and also to ensure that Andy and I just don't have carte blanche, because that's obviously not fair. So the Driven or Hidden Collective cast all the votes. We then get finalists, and then they go through to our specialist panel, essentially, which is our hero drivers and Andy and I at that point. So it's super transparent, so it's not a popularity contest. And again, the whole idea is to promote excellence in this fantastic industry we've got, predominantly here in the UK, but also globally. So I think at that point I need to connect. There we go.
So the first category,
Yeah.
best Porsche sales
From the 9WERKS
from the
Marketplace.
9WERKS Marketplace, indeed, yes. Am I opening this one?
Yeah, if you like, yeah.
So who have we got? There they are.
Yeah.
I don't
So
need to read them out,
We've
do
got Paragon Porsche, Lakeside Classics, RPM Technic, Harbour Cars, Philip Raby and Williams Crawford, all on the 9WERKS Marketplace. And as we say in all of our media, all of those cars are exceptionally prepped and come with fantastic warranties. If you're buying a car from the 9WERKS Marketplace, it's the best of the best. It's as simple as that. So there is a strong lineup there.
Absolutely.
And you've got the golden envelope.
And the winner this year is Paragon Porsche.
There you go. It's always you, isn't it? It's always you. It's always you.
I can't find which one it is. I won't be a sec.
Just
Keep
give
the
me the
music
best
going.
Presto model or something. I don't
Yeah. I have lost it. Here we go.
Look at that.
Oh,
There we go.
chaps.
Oh, look at that.
Nice.
Well, yeah, you want this to be brief, don't you? You've handed this to the wrong bloke.
Let's take that microphone away from him.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd like to say thank you to the Academy. And on tears, we need tears.
Oh yeah.
Anyway, no, thank you very much. It's been lovely. It's lovely to be, you know, a member of, you know, this esteemed bunch. Really, it's, you know, it's great fun. We've got some great guys up here, you know, that have been nominated for this and stuff. Yeah, it's a very welcome thing. So thank you, and thank you all, and thank you for whomever voted for us and stuff. You know, we're trying to keep it simple. I'm the epitome of that, obviously, a simpleton. And Jamie's the brains of the operation, and Mark makes it all happen. So, what more can I say? Yeah, no, thank you for everybody. You know, it's great. It's great to be part of 9WERKS.
Yeah, very well deserved. Who said that is a strong lineup, so that's a high accolade and praise for you guys. So very well done, and congratulations to all the finalists as well. But yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. So thank you.
Very well done. Well done, guys. Well done, guys. Superb. Thank you, mate. Very well done. petrified we're going to press it and it goes too far and we'd all know. And there we go. Category 2, best resto mod. We've got a lovely sponsor for this category, which is Road Trip Tribes. Johann's actually based in Belgium, can't be here today.
He was going to come over, wasn't he?
Yes, but we're big advocates of the app, and you've used it in the last week on an 9WERKS road trip.
We did. We used it in Wales. I think we agreed that it got us where we wanted to be, kept us all together. We had a couple of little issues, but nothing that you know, made any real dramas. So yeah, it was excellent.
What does it do? So it plans your route step by step.
Yeah, so it keeps you on the road that you want to go on to, rather than something like Google Maps will take you whichever way it thinks is the better way at that time. And then you miss out the great roads that you're actually wanting to drive. I don't think we missed any. Maybe we might have got up one at dead end, but we were all right, weren't we?
Half of the course.
Yeah,
Trip,
as
to be
the
honest.
drama.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was a great weekend.
Yeah. It's Apple CarPlay is dropping or dropped. That was the last piece.
It's dropped.
Wasn't it?
Yeah, so
Okay.
we were starting to use it. Some of the guys that had Apple CarPlay were trying it. But yeah, we had a great weekend with it.
Excellent. So yeah, on Androids, and if you have a phone of the fruit-based variety as well, head over to the App Store, download Road Trip Tribes. Yeah, like I said, we really rate it, we really back it. That is your road trip companion. And the guys, Johan and the team, have sponsored Best Resto Mod. The winner actually had to come in and go away again very quickly, unfortunately. There was an unexpected hospital appointment, so we'll announce the winner, but there's nobody to come up.
And the award's gone.
Yes, the award has gone, yeah.
In fact, is it? I think you might have taken the wrong one.
Yeah.
Oh yes, there is. Are you announcing this, or am I?
You go for it, mate. Yeah, you've got the power.
Who were the nominations for this?
There should be an image there. There should be an image there. Again, strong lineup. I mean, where do you start with the Singer creations? Let's be honest. Singer vehicle design, central feature at Goodwood Festival Speed this year. Great news for the enthusiast. The 1511 914, we loved that. That was actually taken on Dorset Roads. The 997 GT3 Touring by Sharkworks is an incredible car, You've got the Tuthill 911K, and you've got the Ring 964, which, Henry, I know you've driven. A very good car, very, very good car. Really enjoyed that. GT3 RS engine in a 964.
And what is the black on black?
What do you mean?
Black on black, the one that's missing.
I've got absolutely no idea.
Okay.
Absolutely no idea.
I'm glad it's on the
not
winner.
one, so yeah.
So the winner of Resto Mod 2026 is the 911K by Tuthill.
What a car, what a car. Congrats to the Tuthill team. Yeah, amazing. Yeah, Charlie, thanks for your flying visit. Hopefully you're seeing on the live. And yeah, maybe we could grab the Tuthill team on the podcast to have a bit of a chat about that going forward. So yeah, top stuff.
Okay. You ready for number 3? Yeah? You're teed?
Yeah. Best 9WERKS Porsche servicing partner. Ian, would you mind popping up? From Elliot Brown Watches, thank you very much, sir. I'll give you this mic. I mean, it's a pleasure seeing you again. We were on track last weekend and your 3.2 Carrera was on its door handles.
Well, thank you for dragging me out there. I was a bit afraid to take my old car to France. I thought I might not be bringing it back. Because it's 40 years old and it's, they become quite special, don't they? I think I've probably mollycoddled it too much. And your kind words of, it's a great track, it's a great event, bring it out, you'll love it.
And
Thank you.
And it's a great car.
One of the best days I've ever had on the car. Really good.
So good, so good. Your timepieces, I've said this to you previously, they remind me of a Porsche. High performance, they speak of their performance quietly, I'd say, not a shouty watch, they're very ruggedised. Again, I've worn your stuff like the last 11 years most days, and the same watch, I'll go kayaking in Porky, and then I'll wore it for our wedding day as well. So they're beautiful. That kind of duality of performance is a bit like a 911 to me. So it's a beautiful, beautiful thing. Is there anything that you could add to the Elliot Brown story for those that aren't quite aware?
We are quite understated. We're not very shouty or salesy. We just kind of do our thing and follow our own hearts. To start the business, we made watches that were just tougher than anything else, and we launched them at a price point that was really awkward. It was like 400 to 600 quid, and it was either really, people were either buying really cheap watches or really expensive watches, and we were just kind of this awkward middle ground. And then Apple came along with the Apple Watch, and that did us a massive favour, because it's about the same sort of money. And then people would buy that and get used to wearing something on their wrist, and then not. It was a bit switched on all the time.
Yeah.
We do half our business is sort of military projects that we never talk about, and that just suits us perfectly because we just get to do our thing. We get to hide really cool stuff in plain sight for all those groups that use us, special forces and government agencies and things like that. And we just feel very lucky to do some stuff that we love. A couple of lads in the boatyard dicking around with watches, and we don't take ourselves too seriously. We blow them up, we shoot them, we firebomb them. And, we've got a cabinet. If you ever want to come to Lakeyard and have a coffee, we've got a cabinet with watches that we've tried to destroy. Some we did, some we definitely did destroy. But it's very honest and raw, and you can handle a watch that's been blown up 3 times, and it still ticks.
Well, I think
I
Grant.
don't do that to my cars.
Yeah, I think Grant has had the best job in the world. I think having his sketches come to life in cars, but I think yours is a close second here. And attaching Semtex to timepieces and seeing what happens. Pretty cool.
It's very good. It gives you a big headache. It's good fun though.
We've got a gold envelope for you to reveal the winner. I
Amazing,
shall
sir.
hold the mic for you if you like. So yeah, the winner of best Porsche servicing. Sorry,
Who are
just
the-
one moment.
Who are the nominees?
Yeah, very good. Now that really is a challenge because I'm not sure where some of the labels have gone, but we've got Right Tune, we've got RPM Technic, we've got Philip Raby, we've got Williams Crawford. Paragon should be in there as well on that top left. Apologies guys, your logo's not in there. But yeah, the winner is...
The winner is RPM Technic.
There you go, sir.
Thank you very much.
Thanks guys. There you go. Okay. Thank you.
Big thank you.
very
I'd like to hear
much
more
indeed.
about the watches, frankly. But, yeah, I mean, obviously we have a big team at RPM Technic. My job's actually sales, so I feel a little bit out of place accepting this, but I'm sure the guys back at base and girls back at base will be very much appreciative. And anyone who's used us over the last 25 years, it's our 25th anniversary year this year, a big thank you. If you haven't been to us for a while, we've just extended our showroom. We've got more space to keep cars indoors, we've got a lovely bar area. But yes, thank you very much. We appreciate it.
I do just want to say that the title almost does you a bit of a disservice because you've, alongside the servicing, you've got the special projects division as well. That is a very cool place to hang out.
Yes, yeah, there's some cool cars in there at the moment. Multiple 959s, Carrera GTs, and some other very rare Porsche models. But we do everything: aircon, change your tyres, restore your car, build you an engine, sell your car.
Yeah,
He's very much a salesman.
Indeed. But thank you very much.
nice one.
Excellent.
Cheers.
Very well done.
Thank you.
Cool. Great RPM Technic. Superb.
Right, where are we?
Best 9WERKS radio guest.
God, you're on it today, aren't you? You know exactly
I'm
where
used
we're
to
at.
the screen, to be fair. Yeah.
Right.
We've got some. I mean, we've had a good year on the podcast, Andy.
We have indeed.
Other than when we lost Max, but he's out there somewhere, guys.
Yeah. Oh, he was about last night. We saw him last night. He's all's well.
What a
Lost a
guy.
lot of weight,
What a guy.
isn't he?
Yeah, move on.
Okay.
Move on. So, our finalists, for those that are unaware, we've got Sir Chris Hoy, we've got Boris Appenbrink, Grant, I guess you'll know Boris at Zopovunch. Fantastic interview with Boris. Actually, not Patrick Long, unfortunately, but Alwyn Springer standing next to him. What a guy. Gave
He
us
was,
2
wasn't he?
episodes.
Yeah.
Brilliant guy. And then Nicole Johnson as well, who's an inspired interviewee.
Huge amounts of energy.
Yeah.
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 Wonderful.
So strong lineup again for best podcast guest as voted by the DNHC.
We sponsored this ourselves, didn't we?
Yes, we did.
Yeah. I better read them out then.
Yeah.
Or would you like to read it out?
No, you go for
Okay.
it. The winner is.
The winner is Sir Chris Hoy.
I do just want to So, here we go. Unfortunately, Chris can't be here today, obviously. We were so grateful to even get Chris's time on the podcast. And again, by the way, Max's work on that podcast on that evening, I know I've said that so many times, but what a first-class lesson in journalism for any young journalists out there. Max, top work, mate. But Chris, we could have spoken to Chris all evening, we really could. A huge automotive enthusiast and a Porsche guy through and through. I recommend his book that's out, All That Matters. It's a brilliant insight into triumphing over adversity, and there's more than the odd mention of Porsche in there as well, which I know will appeal to everybody. So it's a fantastic book. I encourage you to read it. We dropped Chris a message and said, congratulations on winning the award. And yeah, very briefly, he said, funny, your email should land in my inbox, was just listening to your pod before I saw it, which is very nice. Great news, I won Best Guest. I can only suggest you need to up your game on who you invite on in future. Either that or I order a recount. So yeah, fantastic, Chris. Thank you very much, Sir Chris. And we'll get your award to you.
Great stuff. Category 5.
Best Porsche content. Ooh. Ooh. Strong lineup. Again, we want to just have a shout out to Mark at KMS Litho, and he's impressed specifically. It's Litho, not Litho. So yeah, Cotswolds based, a small yet robust fine art print company. We're working with KMS Litho to bring a printed product for 9WERKS, for Porsche enthusiasts, because we definitely believe there is a market for that in the UK. And Mark and the team are going to be more than adept at helping that. So any of your print needs, and print is still very much alive in a lot of sectors in this country and beyond, and KMS Litho, they are absolutely your guys. The attention to detail that we've witnessed already working with them for our print product has blown my mind. Coming from a big PLC company where things were done very differently in the print industry, I can assure you previously.
Yeah, we've had a couple of meetings up at its place, and he's got the big print press right in the middle of the floor. And you know, as a mechanical person, I was just there rubbing my knees because
the smell when you walk in.
Yeah, and once it's going, it's like proper old school, modern machinery, but it feels old school, doesn't it? Because it's pumping out paper. Yeah, it was good.
Really good attention to detail. So yeah, kmslitho.co.uk. Please do check that out. Best Porsche content, Andy. You're definitely the man.
Okay.
The envelopes.
Here we go. Best Porsche content.
Oh, hang on, sorry, mate.
The winner is.
This is, yeah. We need to do this, don't we? Right? Because again, this is an amazing lineup. So we've got Jethro Bovingdon, we've got Henry Catchpole on the other side, we've got Chris Harris, and we've got Harry Metcalf as well. And again, they're all long-time stalwarts, I would say, of the British journalism industry.
Yeah.
So strong lineup.
The winner is Henry Catchpole.
It's such a pleasure to have you here, Henry. Thank you so much.
Not at all. Thank you very much to everybody that voted. Big shout out to Glenn Winhall, who I work with at Haggerty as well. He deserves a lot of the credit for doing his very best to try and maybe look half decent. So yeah, half of this is definitely his. So yeah, thank you very much indeed.
Well done. I still watched that video.
Yeah, no,
I do. Yeah, I cannot stop watching that video. That's just one of my favourites. Yeah. How was that experience for you, going up that mountain?
It was incredible. That was one of those things where you had no idea what you were going to get from that event. And I still remember getting into the car. We were all given these sort of packs with pace notes, essentially, sort of to where to go on the route that they'd pre-planned. And I got into the car with him at the top of the Col de Turini, and he looked over and he went, "Oh, put that away." So I did, thankfully, because we'd definitely gone the wrong way. And yeah, he proceeded to drive like an absolute lunatic on public roads. And we had to edit that video pretty heavily.
Did you?
Oh yes, yeah. So that's the very much the edited, sanitised version of it. So yeah, he was amazing.
What an amazing experience. Great stuff. Thank you, and thank you for all of the experiences that you bring to life for us.
No, well, thank you very much. I still feel very lucky to do all that. So.
Absolutely.
I never said one question. I've got two. If you don't mind, Henry, that's okay. If ladies and gentlemen don't mind, you've captivated enthusiasts for years with your work in the written form. Then obviously going over to the video side. We kind of said previously when you joined us on the podcast, it's a bit like asking a Sparky to retrain as a chippy overnight. It's different skill sets. How have you found that transition? Because obviously you've more than dominated the digital sphere.
It was definitely tricky. It was. I think my parents thought I wouldn't have a hope doing that because I tend to sort of mumble and talk quite quietly in real life. But it was sort of a sense of I was too young at the time when everyone was predicting the death of print magazines, which thankfully hasn't come about because I still love writing for eBay. But it was one of those things I just didn't want my career to end, so I sort of had to adapt. And I like films anyway, and I like the output. I don't actually like talking to camera very much, but I have to do that to be part of them. So yeah.
Excellent. I mentioned to you off the mic downstairs, Henry, that again you're one of the very few people in that sphere. When you create a video or you're reviewing a car, you're not necessarily selling it. I feel like you're speaking on behalf of everybody here. You're just a dyed-in-the-wool car enthusiast. So I'd really love to know, I'm sure people here would do too, what is it about cars that you love?
It's driving. That's fundamentally what it comes down to. Sort of, I love all the bits about them, but it's being behind the wheel of them, and that feeling you get from a really great car, many of them Porsches, when you're on a really good bit of road. And it's often the drives that you don't see on film, obviously, but so you try and make the film sum up those drives that aren't on camera, I suppose, is what I try and do. And yeah, as everybody here knows, there is no better feeling than driving a car properly and experiencing it. So yeah, that's what I still really, really enjoy about them.
Mega. Ladies and gentlemen, Henry Catchpole. Thank you, Henry. Very well done, Henry. Thank you again so much. Wow. Category 6, Sandy B.
Category 6.
Yeah, best product and innovation.
Absolutely.
This was obviously a very open field, so we won't list the finalists because we will be here for a very long time.
Yeah.
But it's, again, a type field. There's a lot of good stuff in the industry, and again, a lot of it emanating out of the UK. Although not the winner, admittedly.
Not the winner, yes.
But yeah, very good. Again, the enthusiast sphere is alive with innovation, so.
And the winner is...
Oh, hang on a minute, I'm so sorry, we need to get Charade up. I'm very sorry.
Oh yes, sorry,
we
yes.
need to get Charade up, sorry guys,
As
please
the
come up,
sponsor.
sorry, I'm so sorry.
It's all right.
It's because I've seen you recently at Track Day as well, Steve, so please take the mic,
Thank you.
Thank you. So I would like to ask you, the Charade network is ever expanding.
It is, yeah.
Yeah, so 4 sites now, I believe?
So the business is 58 years old this year. Started originally by my parents. I started straight from school, but obviously over the years we've grown. With the longest standing Porsche recommended repairer now in the network. We became approved back in 2001. So obviously we've seen a lot of change in the products. And yeah, back in it was January 2020, just before lockdown and all that weird stuff that we went through, I came up with a concept of how I could take the Charade brand around the country. So I brought together a team of people, went to see the guys at Porsche and said, look, I've got an idea.
Yeah.
If we find a shop, will you approve us? Which they did. So during lockdown, we drove around Bristol looking for a site, because they've got a white spot there. Opened our Bristol site, converted the shop that we bought into a beautiful prestige shop.
Very nice.
So we're so proud of that. After that then we moved to Cheltenham. So we've got another site in Cheltenham. That's not Porsche approved, but we've got Jaguar Land Rover in there, we've got Tesla, plus a few other bits and pieces. And then more recently, last year, Porsche asked us to look at Tonbridge area as well, into Kent. So we've just opened a new facility down there, which again is absolutely spanking from brand new. So that's got Porsche in there, it's got Jaguar Land Rover there and Tesla as well. But yeah, we're very fortunate to have an amazing team of people, but
of everything. We've got 3 shops that are Porsche approved, which is fabulous for me. Being a massive fan of the brand myself.
Yeah, very big Porsche fan. What is entailed top level? I'm not the health and safety guy, but you know, top level. What entails being Porsche recommended? Because there's a constant vetting process to that. It's not just a certificate and away, isn't it? So
Can't tell you it's a secret.
Yeah, he's got that from Grant. Very good.
It's quite simple. Yeah, that they are very strict on obviously what we do. So it's all about the quality of repair. So before we can even, we've obviously just recently experienced with the Tunbridge site, you have to go through a process of all the training. All the technicians have to be trained, first of all, at Porsche. The various regimes, so MET, so mechanical, electrical, trim, panel beaters, the painters. So everybody who touches that product has to be trained first of all. So before we can even touch a car and they'll approve us, we have to do that. Then there's all the equipment, there's the specific tooling that we have to buy. Paint as well, very specific with which paint brand that we use. Because obviously a lot of research and development goes into that as well to make sure the colour replication, as you've seen yourself with the photospectrometer, how that works and how important it is to get the right shade on it. So yes, once you've gone through that and you've bought all the equipment, you've trained all you guys and you've spent your thousands and thousands of pounds on all of that, and you're on the programme, then you have an annual audit for all of your systems, your criteria and all the rest of it, but they also do drop-in spot checks on the quality of repair, which for me is the most important thing. It's one thing making sure your paperwork's up to date, but for me, coming off the workshop floor myself, quality of repair is the most important thing. So they just drop in, check to make sure you're doing everything properly, your facility's great and the rest of it. So that's the basic bones of it.
Superb. Well, what I really admired about Charade was a couple of weeks ago, you can see it actually on 9WERKS TV, after I pranged my car on the garage door, you guys let us come in with the cameras and it was complete open house, carte blanche, nothing to hide. Crack on, this is how we do it, and it was pretty fascinating.
Well, that's what we wanted to grow. It shouldn't be hidden. We want people to see what we do. We want them, the owners of the cars, to be part of the process. Come and talk to the guys, see what we do, because it's important that you know how it all works.
Yeah,
so we have an open door policy.
Yeah, well, and the art is in the prep, by the way, as we saw. It's an exhaustive video. Definitely check it out. So, yeah, amazing, Steve. Well, Andy, you've got to give the golden plate to Steve now. I'll take the mic from you.
Put that back in, there you go.
Yeah, pretend you haven't seen it.
Okay, so the winner is PCCM Plus by Porsche Classic.
Very good. Well, that's amazing. Do we have one of the guys on board? Thank you. Amazing. Thank you. Yeah, well,
Thanks, Steve. Congratulations. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much.
You're going to give a mic there, yeah? Amazing. Jonathan, thanks for accepting this on behalf of Porsche Classic, but I know you guys have fitted quite a lot of these PCCM Plus units to 996, 997 and Cayman Boxster equivalents. They're awesome little things.
Definitely. For me, just brilliant that you can, all this probably the modern tech that we take for granted in the new cars now, whatever brand you're buying, that a lot of the Porsche, the older cars or the modern classics that Porsche deem, you can have that facility, you know, things like, I mean, I use Apple CarPlay, I use Waze and all those sort of things that just, I think most people do take for granted in cars. It's just a lovely fit that you don't have to sacrifice any of that sort of modern tech without any compromise, because it's also done by Porsche themselves. So I do genuinely think it's a really, really good system, and you're right, we have quite a high take-up on that. We do.
Yeah,
we do.
You've got the single DIN system for the air-cooled cars, and then latterly double DIN for the early water-cooled that just, create a greater use case, I'd say. So, Jonathan, thanks for accepting that on behalf of Porsche Classic as well. That's awesome.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you very much.
Cheers. Thank you.
Amazing. Best event promoter, Philip. Would you mind coming up, please, mate? Thank you. I've got a mic. Yeah. Thank you.
Didn't expect to come up.
Yeah. I didn't tell you because I knew you wouldn't do it. So.
Pull me out.
Yeah.
Okay.
So how long's the business been going for?
Business began 30 years.
Okay.
So it was a family business. I took it on about 25 years ago, and we developed it. Is that okay?
I think so.
Okay. Can you hear me?
There we go.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, I took it on and developed it ever since, and we do promotional displays, this back wall, all the display systems around the wall here, and this product. So, yeah, family business and something that, yeah, we're developing and growing. And helped you today.
Absolutely.
Yes,
Again,
absolutely.
like it's the help of you and others are allowing us to put this event on. So and yeah, who knows? Maybe your material could be the winner of this category.
Well, we do exhibitions, events. So anybody needs anything like that, we can help out with.
Yeah.
Absolutely. We're B2B generally, but of course, anybody here that wants anything to do with 9WERKS, we can help with that. No problem.
Excellent.
Superb. And at sponsor for this category, best events, I'll take the microphone from you, Philip. I'll hold it and let you open the brown envelope.
I wouldn't.
That'd be nice, wouldn't it?
I would pass the brown envelope, but there isn't one for this one.
What? There's no envelope?
No, I can't find one.
This is classic 9WERKS. I love it.
Yeah. No, but you haven't got it.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I'll tell you what then. Let's hit this.
Let's hit.
The winner is, Philip, we'll let you read it out from the screen. The winner of best event is
Promoter. No, sorry. The winner is Porsche by the Lake.
Very well played. I love it. Classic 9WERKS. I love it. Well done, mate. Well done, mate. Here goes spokesman.
Congratulations. Well done. Well done.
Thank you very much. Amazing.
Can I just actually say, I love Porsche by the Lake. I really do. I almost didn't get a ticket. But anyway, I've got one, so well done, guys.
Superb.
Oh, well, thanks very much, Andy. Thanks very much, Lee. Thanks to everyone that voted for us. It's the 5th Porsches by the Lake, actually the 6th event in total which we've done. We're very proud. It's an event for charity. The man has a charity, Centro Algarve, which is a holiday facility for people who can't afford to go on holiday. They may have disabilities, horses, children, that kind of thing. It's a not-for-profit event. None of us make any money out of it. It's just literally for the cause, and it's for enthusiasts. It's a word, a phrase that we use quite a lot.
Much borrowed now as well.
Yeah, we've noticed that. But I mean, the great thing about obviously Porsche by the Lake, it's about the community, and there's something about the Porsche community which is so special. You can have the same great conversation with your $5 Boxster person as you can with your £1 million Carrera GT person. And I think that's the community that kind of makes it, which is kind of why the three of us wanted to do something together and sort of give back a little bit, but also it's fun, it's a lot of fun. One little confession, I guess, is that actually the idea was my wife's idea initially, Michelle, who did ask me about this event earlier on, and I said it's probably a hairy arse old men standing around a broken green 996, kicking the tyres, slapping each other on the back. It turned out to be white tablecloths and champagne, so when this hits the social media, I could be in for some explaining to do, but thank you very much.
It's a true story. James walked in and went, oh shit. Pardon my French.
Have we impressed you then?
So yeah, I'm sure everyone knows, it's 27th of June. We've got about 870 cars. We were blown away by the support again this year. I think we put them on sale at 9/11, which didn't actually happen at 9/11, it was 9:15. My phone was going bonkers with the tickets. We sold 350 in 5 minutes. People laughed and said, it's like Oasis. So I had to ring James, who was in France. He had to ring the ticket lady and said, for God's sake, put another 200 on sale or we're going to get lynched. And again, I think 20 minutes, they were gone. And people were like, how have you done? And like, best part 600 tickets in half hour. So that's a measure of the support that we've got. It's so nice. And in these times where prices are going up for events, as James said, it's not for profit. And we feel lucky we're able to have the support of the landlord, who's I wouldn't say he's a car man, he likes the event, he absolutely loves the event. And we're very lucky with the support of him and his team and the venue. So yeah, we're really stoked for this year. Bigger, better, more surprises, and yeah, if you want a ticket, you know where to come.
Yeah.
Or if you trade and you're looking for another place to put your money, you know, come and see us. We can sort something out.
As you can see, these two doing the talking. I'm just the bouncer on the door.
Yeah.
So don't get cheeky on the day.
Worthy winners, guys. Worthy winners. Very well done. Well done, Andy B, mate. Well done, mate. Well done. Well done. Crackers, absolutely crackers. I think those guys are the epitome of this industry. Just, yeah, passion as well as fuel in your veins. And yeah, in a highly competitive sector, because there are some amazing events here in the UK at national and local scale. Not many of them are, you know, not for profit and actually helping a worthy cause. So congratulations, Porsche by the Lake. Penultimate category, outstanding customer experience. Can we have
Sponsored by?
Yeah, Simon at Built by Basil.
We should also say a big thank you to Craig that stood over there in the shadows.
There he is. Oh, I love it. Look at that.
We had both Built by Basil and Craig came up with this award, the award idea for this year. So the base is built by Simon, or Basil, and Craig designed the toppers in his amazing style that he does. So yeah.
This is really
talking to that.
That helps.
Yeah, I make the awards. My name's Simon. I started Built by Basil in 2017. Yeah, 2017. So 9 years, and it started off just as a like just something in the evenings and weekends, and then I took a part-time job, and then now I'm big and grown up, and I've got an industrial unit, and it employs me and my wife, and that's what we do. We make gear knobs, and that's it. It's pretty simple. If you're interested, speak to me or look at the website, and it's great.
Superb. Yeah, congratulations, Simon, and Monique as well. Fantastic, fantastic enterprise. So there's a golden envelope.
Where are we?
Customer experience. There
That's
we
the
go.
one.
Yeah.
I'm glad
There
you're
we
on
are,
it
sir.
tonight.
nominations.
Well, good job you're on it. Yeah, well done, Simon. Yeah, so we have got, Garage Therapy, we've got Right Tune, we've got Paragon, RPM Technic and Harbour Cars as finalists for outstanding customer experience. Very important for the Google reviews.
And the winner is Garage Therapy.
Congratulations.
Well done, sir. There's Mike, and there's Simon. Oh yeah, well done. Take that.
That's a bit of a ball of surprise.
You didn't expect that, did you?
I didn't. I thought you came over to me. I'll talk to you in a second.
I think it's because annually you do many local events, but you have some of the Driven Not Hidden Collective come to Essex. You teach us how to wash cars properly, which is probably bad news for Charade, actually, thinking about it. But yeah, and then give away some products, possibly. But no, the knowledge you guys have got is incredible. So again, a worthy winner.
Yeah, thanks very much. I mean, yeah, it's been a great journey with 9WERKS. Obviously, Maz is a deep Porsche lover. He can't be here today because we're actually that busy. We can't actually leave both of us away from the unit. But yeah, we're very much into the Porsche brand. Fits a lot of the ethos with Garage Therapy as well. So yeah, we just try and help everyone keep their cars clean. I know that sounds really boring, but it isn't. It's actually kind of holds residual value on the cars most of the time, and a lot of people do make some common mistakes which are very easily changed. So yeah, thank you very much for the award.
Very well done, Roger. Garage Therapy. Well done, mate. Well done. And thank you, Simon, as well. Thank you. Category 9, this is community, because away from what we do on the 9WERKS marketplace and with our journalism, we are very much about community. The Driven Not Hidden Collective is a global community of just, quite simply, the most incredible people. People that have helped us create amazing experiences, kept, green snotbox 911s that should be knackered still on the road. You really are the most incredible people, and you are the energy that keeps Andy and I going through all of this madness. So, yeah, you lot are very incredible. So it's right, therefore, that our last category is dedicated to you, although you voted for it. Anything to add?
It astounds me that the DNHC, how many amazing people there are in it, and how there are no dicks in it. There is no one that I can think of that isn't amazing and is great support to us in what we do. So yeah, thank you to everybody for I guess looking out for us as well, as well as each other as well.
Yeah.
There's great respect within the community.
Yeah. Very well said, Brooksy, very well said. Can we have, while the applause is going, Chris Turner from Sussex Asset Finance join us on the stage, please? Thank you. Thank you. There we go. Keep doing the old merry-go-round with the mics. There you go, Chris.
Thanks very much.
You. No, absolutely, our pleasure. So you guys at Sussex Asset Finance, you're the great enablers.
Well, I'd like to think so, but it's slightly boring after what I've had so far. I don't think we've blown anything up in our office, and we don't design anything. We haven't got a special projects area, but we do have a new microwave, which are all quite
Yeah. You did nearly destroy a marriage in October with a blue GT3, but we're over that now, aren't we, sweetheart? So.
I noticed you were sitting apart.
It's for the best. It's for the best. The great enablers. How is business in the interest? I just don't know how you do it. All these interest rate changes. The world seems very volatile, and yet you're still enabling people to get into the car of their dreams. How do you do it?
I think we've been doing it now. We set the company up in 2003. I'd always worked for banks beforehand, and I got a bit disillusioned with it. So we wanted to set up a company where we were dealing with people directly, and we were trying to give them the experience that we wanted ourselves. But luckily, we deal with a large number of lenders. We've been doing it a long time now. You like to think that when interest rates go up, that we'll find a way to still get someone into the car that they want. And it's been great. We've only been dealing with the 9WERKS community for a few months now, but we've dealt with quite a few people, really enjoying it. It's just refreshing to deal with people that are so enthusiastic about what they're buying. Someone buying a Porsche, or we've got someone buying a fleet of Volvos. I'll take the Porsche enthusiast any day.
Very good, very good. And you're not scary as well. That's the big thing, that we'd like to have experience of the people we work with. That's the big thing I found with Sussex Asset Finance twice, actually, with the 40th anniversary before. You make things not scary. The scariest bit is squaring things at home thereafter.
Thank you very much.
So, yeah.
We have a marriage counselling section as well.
Very handy. Very handy. Got an
I'll pass you the
envelope.
envelope.
Shall I take the mic from you if you like? I can hold that.
So the winner of Personality of the Year is Ben Bailey.
That's amazing. That was
Congratulations.
Is this your worst nightmare?
This is definitely my worst nightmare. I mean, Personality of the Year. It's just some Geordie idiot having a midlife crisis in the public.
What's going on?
I voted for Geese. Surely Geese is the Personality of the Year. For fuck's sake. What am I doing here?
Just take your award, go on.
Well, thank you very much to everyone that voted for me, but seriously, guys, you need to go back to the drawing board and have a good think about what's going on.
What we do need to say is, in all seriousness, we're talking about Sussex Asset Finance, the great enablers. That's very much you, because you have incredible man maths. You've helped a lot of people get into cars just by not bullying them, talking them round, and just offering some such sturdy advice. But also, you live what you preach, and you just have so many amazing experiences and bring so many people with you on them. So you are a worthy winner. You're doing yourself a disservice.
Absolutely.
Well, that's very kind of you to say. Very kind.
Yeah.
Well, I do feel like an imposter up here.
Oh yeah, King Geordie. Ben Bailey.
Thank you.
Well done. Very well done, mate. Brilliant. Very good. Right, we have got a bonus award, and then we'll let people go. And we are so grateful again to the team at Porsche Centre Bournemouth for staying so late to allow us to do this. So a big thanks to those and all our sponsors. Yes, we've got a Lifetime Achievement Award, which hasn't been voted for by the Driven Not Hidden Collective. Andy, just heavily ensconced in the world of Porsche, we thought there was an award that we felt was appropriate.
Yeah, and we've got a great guest here tonight, so.
Wonder who it could be.
Yeah.
But
any guesses?
36 years at Porsche. It's also 30-year anniversary of the Boxster. And again, you know, when you have these creations that then come to life, other people all around the world love that product so much, and then have all these million miles under the belts and all these memories created just through. And I know, Grant, you'll say it's a team effort. I understand that completely, but all of that from your work is just quite something. I asked your good friend and a fantastic friend of 9WERKS, Tony Hatter, if he had any words to say, to pass on to you, and he simply said, Porsche is like the Hotel California, Grant. You can leave. Someone's got to finish it.
But you can't check out.
That's exactly it. Yeah. So our Lifetime Achievement Award for the 9WERKS Awards 2026 to close is Grant Larson. What a tune! Congratulations.
I'm not sure if this is justified, because I really liked, when you got up here on stage, you just justified your award. I'm not sure if I'm not dead yet. But all I can say is I did not expect this. I'm very thankful. And like I said before, I can only reiterate is that doing the projects is one part of the enjoyment, but to share stories with the owners of them is basically tops that. So that's all I can say. That's it. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Grant. Thank you. Thanks, Grant. Brilliant. You have been so incredible, everybody. So many people have travelled such a long way. Grant's actually not our only international guest today, by the way. Owen came from Wales. Mark drove down from Scotland. So we've gone global, mate.
International.
We are big time. In all seriousness, we couldn't do this, as I keep saying, we really couldn't do it without just the love, support and passion that fills this room and way beyond it. So thank you, thank you, thank you. Thanks to the amazing Porsche Bournemouth team for being such brilliant hosts.
Thank you.
Thanks to the caterers, the tech team, the bar staff, to you, Andy Brooks.
To you, Lee Sibley.
And yeah, that's over now. Thanks for joining us on the 2026 9WERKS Awards. Everybody that's won an award, could you please just pop down to the board for a picture? That'd be grand.
And if you want a picture in front of the board anyway, because you haven't won an award, just get down there as well.
Exactly, yeah. You can AI it these days, it's fine. Yeah, just put the trophy in. Thanks, everyone. Thank you.
Thank you.
Well done, mate. Big love, dude. Big love. Big love. Happy days.
It's fucking brilliant. Oh, mate, what fucking brilliant.
Cheers.
Well done. Absolutely fucking awesome.
Are you going to get the guitar out and do a little thing?
Yeah. Where do I plug it in? What were we going to say? What's the routine?
It's a Chris Swiss, yeah.
Thank you for your helping us earlier on, mate.
Yeah, thank you.
Did you get a photo of Devon Grant?
Not he signed. He's given all of them. I just want to vote.
Yeah. Grant's because he's a super affable chap. Like if you ask him, he'll do it. Do you know what I mean? So when
just have on the road, but we should have one for me and you. And our good ladies, Jack, by the Spenders. Mate, well done.
Well done, buddy.
Top work, mate.
Good job, good job.
Yeah, top work. Let's go say hello. Guys, really well done.
By now, you should have somehow realized what you gotta do. I don't believe that everybody feels the way I do about you now. Backbeat, the word is on the street, got the fire in your eyes out. I'm sure you've heard it all before, but you never really had it out. I don't believe that everybody feels the way I do about you now. in this